Hey friends, welcome to Friday. Welcome to the weekend, long weekend here in Canada. Hope you're going to have an awesome one watching lots of hockey, spending time with friends and family, or just chilling. Whatever you do to make yourself happy. I hope it's a good one. Today is going to be a good day for me because I get to look at 34 jerseys. Now technically, I've already seen these. Okay, not jerseys, uniforms, Neil. So used to doing jerseys on the channel. Uniforms. We're looking at 34 uniforms today. I've seen them before. This is a ranking video, not a reaction video. I know most people like the reaction videos, but this is closing up a series. We had a designer, Paulette GRFX, submit 3 full sets, home, away, and alternate. We've done the home, we've done the away. Those videos are released on the channel within the last 4 weeks. Now we're closing the series. We're doing the alternates, possibly the best jerseys of them all. Sorry, I did it again. Uniforms of them all. And speaking of uniforms, you can get this exact template at sportstemplates.net. It is a full flat lay design. You've got the helmet, jersey, pants, gloves, skate. You can do the entire uniform. It is an unbelievable template. I highly recommend it. If you want to pick that up, you can use code post on that site, sportstemplates.net. And maybe you just want the jersey. Well, that's awesome because that template is also on the site, as well as 70 plus others, not just from hockey, but from other sports. So if you want to play around with your creativity, explore the site, purchase one using code post. That'll save you 10%, and then come up with some designs and send them in. Details on how to do that is down below in the description. All right, let's jump into this. Starting off with number 34, we're going to my least favorite to favorite. And by the way, if you're new, we do this every Friday on the channel. So if you like design, logos, concepts, and hockey, subscribe down below. Number 34, I put the New Jersey Devils. So the reason that I rank this quite low is because technically this is listed as an alternate. So for some context, you have to see his other, or he or she, I'm not sure actually, the designer's other designs for what they chose for home and away. But for when I look at this, well, obviously I see the current home jersey. But the decision here was to possibly transition this to be an alternate jersey, which I would be okay with. However, it's very close to something that already exists. I've already spoke about how much I like the logo in detail, so I'm not going to say anything other than that, really. The shoulder patch is great, like I said, but in general, this essentially already exists. Number 33, this is the current home uniform for the most part. He or she, has transitioned this to be the alternate uniform. Gone back with the original style. I don't know if it's specifically the original logo. I don't think it is. No, it's not. The original style Florida Panthers logo, which, hey, I'm a favor of that. Let's do that. So again, this is just ranked low strictly because it kind of already does exist. Number 32, the Vancouver Canucks. Okay, so I would say the majority of this entire set that I like. I don't know if there's anything that I hate. I don't know if I dislike or like this. I'm kind of undecided actually about this because it's so intense. It's so in your face. It's so vibrant. Now, I will say that color, a specific like neon green, is very underutilized in the NHL. I would love to see more of it in the NHL. I don't know about in this application, though. It's so aggressive. It almost feels like a roller hockey team or something. So I'm interested in it. I'll say that. I'm interested in the possibility of this color being used as a primary color on a uniform or in a uniform, but I don't know if it works with the Vancouver branding. I don't hate it though. Like this, I could open up to this. Anyways, I've ranked it low for that reason. Number 31, the New York Rangers. I think this was quite interesting actually. I can see a lot of like classic vibes in this. The angled striping at the bottom isn't probably something that we'd see in a uniform design today for an original 6 team. But when I look at the Rangers, I think, okay, what if you're going to come up with an alternate and you wanted to honor the original 6 nostalgia and classicness of a uniform? Would you do something like this? Would you add like that angled striping? Because that is a very old school approach to a jersey, and I think it's plausible, but I don't necessarily think it looks good. Like it fits the nostalgia of an original 6 team. It works for the Rangers, but I still don't necessarily like love it. I think it's just okay. It makes sense logically, but I don't think it necessarily looks good. The socks are brilliant. I like the pant decision as well. And I like the decision to go with the deeper blue versus the lighter blue. The numbers look great as well. And using their actual primary logo on the front of a jersey is always going to be a thumbs up for me. So things about this I like, things I don't. Number 30, the Edmonton Oilers. I think they are transitioning to use their home jersey as an alternate next year and then possibly getting rid of it. And their new home jersey is going to be that blue kind of classic style one. Now this one he's chosen as an alternate, which aligns kind of with the decision that they're going to make, except for it's obviously a completely different uniform. But still, having orange as the alternate uniform, I think, is an okay decision. Now, I will say that I've already discussed that logo kind of in depth, I think, in a previous one, so I'm not going to comment too much on that, but I prefer the striping on this vastly compared to the home jersey that does exist. So keeping the orange for an alternate uniform, changing up the striping, I'm okay with this. Logo, undecided on the logo. Number 29, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the Penguins have the white reverse retro, which has that text stylization like that. They've got the alternate jersey, the black one, that is very similar to this actually. And while I think this is okay, I prefer the one that currently exists. Now again, you have to take into context Paul at GRFX's previous designs. So again, if you haven't seen those videos, go check it out because the shoulder design kind of mimics the home and away concepts. So you might look at this and think, okay, no, the current one the one that exists is better than this, but you have to remember the other ones that he designed, so it fits in with his total brand. It maybe would have been better if I did one video showing all the three versus three separate ones, but anyways, who cares? Number 28, the Philadelphia Flyers. This is, I would say, like plausible, but like not at the same time. A two-tone jersey for the Flyers is almost certainly going to happen. I know that there's that Stadium Series 1 that they did not use as an alternate afterwards, I don't believe. It was against Pittsburgh. But that is, if I'm not mistaken, a two-tone jersey. But it's not. It wasn't specifically created to be a two-tone jersey. It was created to be a Stadium Series jersey. But I think there's potential there for Philadelphia to do a two-tone alternate jersey, kind of like Edmonton does. But this is like right in the line of possibility here. I don't know about the numbers being colorized like that. It's almost too close to the background. It gets lost a little bit. I don't mind the logo, but the numbers I think need changed, and I would remove the things on the elbows. The striping is fine. The pants, socks, everything else is good. Number 27, the Boston Bruins. I think this one definitely has potential. I look at the design of the shoulders, the striping, and I really, really like that. I like the B on the front as well because I think that's one of the best jerseys that Boston's ever had, or uniforms rather. The Winter Classic that they had, and then the black alternate. I think having a gold or yellow version of that might be okay. Still not a fan of the yellow if you're a longtime viewer. You guys know that about me. But their reverse retro, which is gold or yellow, is fantastic. So I think this is a really good combination, but at the same time, like, does it work? I don't know. You guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments. Okay, next up, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning at 26. So I've spoke about the logo. I don't necessarily like the logo, but the black, man, the black's got to come back. We need more black in Tampa Bay uniforms, jersey or socks or pants or whatever. I want more black, more back to the original brand. The pants are very intense here. I don't know if they would work, but if he had used black pants, it would just be this big black blob skating around. So I think the blue pants was probably a good decision here by Paul at GRFX. And yeah, it's not bad uniform. Just don't like the logo. Number 25, the Anaheim Ducks. Man, I talked about the home and away and how like controversial this is in a way. I couldn't decide whether I loved it or whether I hated it. Okay, I definitely don't hate it. It's quite interesting. I think that neon teal is a lovely addition to a brand, and it complements well with the purple and looks good with the black. It's just so intense. Oh, geez, sorry, I had to sneeze. It's the teal, the neon teal, like made me have to sneeze. It's like looking into the sun almost. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it could definitely work. I just, I don't know how Ducks fans would feel about this. Man, I gotta sneeze again. All right, moving on to number 24. We got the Ottawa Senators. I like the addition of the stripes at the top of the shoulder. New York does a good job at that. I think there's some other teams that do as well. Just adds just a little bit of an interest. It's just to split things up a little bit up top instead of putting all bunch of color on the shoulder, which works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. Just that little touch of color is nice. But the stripe in behind the logo in the middle, I think works for the numbers in the background or in the back of the jersey, even though it makes the number a little hard to see. But I think it looks good. It looks appropriate. But on the front, I don't necessarily like it. I know we have some jerseys that have striping on the front, but not in the back. I think Florida's like that, or is it Minnesota? I can't remember. Montreal goes all the way around. But I think in this situation, I want the reverse. I want the stripe on the back, but not in the front. I don't think that's ever been done before in the NHL. Maybe it has, but I like the pants as well. The pants are great. The socks are great. Helmet looks good. I would just remove the stripe from the behind the logo. Number 23, the Minnesota Wild. I'd like this, but I felt like almost like it was missing something, and I don't know what it is. I just get this gut feeling that it's just missing something. The M looks good, the blue looks good and complements with the white, the green, and the beige or the off-white. The shoulders look good. I think the helmet looks good. I don't know what it is. I just feel like something's missing. Maybe that logo, even though I like it there, maybe it shouldn't be that logo on the alternate. Maybe it should be something else. Can't quite put my finger on it. What do you guys think? Number 22, the St. Louis Blues. I love the modern logo. Talked about that before. The jersey itself is fine. I would remove the lines from the middle of the jersey though. I would keep them on the arm. Just it's too busy behind the logo. I think for me personally, socks are great. Pants are great. Just remove those distracting lines. Number 21, the Colorado Avalanche. Pretty good. Very similar to the home and the away. Obviously, Paul at GRFX has really gone he's gone brand heavy. He's not been too risky, and I think that's the logical way to think. When you're doing a home, you're doing away. A lot of times, alternates are very similar to the home jersey or the away jersey rather, as far as design, color-wise, maybe not obviously, but design-wise. I think that's the appropriate approach most of the time. Some teams can get away with doing something pretty drastic, but I think their approach is the best way to approach an entire rebrand of home, away, and alternate. So this is very similar design-wise to the home and the away, and I think that is complementary here for the Colorado Avalanche. The design at the bottom of the jersey is great. I like the shoulders being opened up. The logo looks good up there. The pants, pretty good. And the socks good as well. Number 20, the Calgary Flames. So we've got a real mix of a couple of things here. Number 1, the home jersey, which has been recolorized to be black. Number 2, the introduction of striping from the Blasty Reverse Retro put in there. The shoulder patch logo was used, I believe, in the Reebok years, not the Adidas years, the Reebok years. And so we're kind of combining like almost 3 eras, sort of in a way, where you could consider 4 in a way, because the reverse retro is obviously a callback to a long ago era. So in a way, almost 4 eras going on, and I think it works. And like that's when you combine so many different aspects and years of a history of a team's brand, and you put it together. Risky thing to do, and most of the time it doesn't work. And I think it does work here. I like this is branded as alternate. But I kind of want to see this as the home jersey. Like, that's kind of why I ranked it low. I think this should be the home jersey, or the home uniform, rather. It's pretty nice. Number 19, the Carolina Hurricanes. Interesting alternate, because Carolina has the alternate now, which is the stealth blackish jersey. They've got some texture in and around. It's very dark and almost mysterious, and I think this has the same the personality, characterization of this. It is dark, it's dingy, it's a bit spooky and mysterious. You can see like the rain and the wind texture in the jersey, and that is not impossible, because the Tampa Bay Lightning have the alternate jersey, which kind of mimics that a little bit. So yeah, I like that in there. I don't like the numbers though. I would change the colorization of the numbers. I don't know if they would be white. I don't know if they would be red, but I don't like them in black, and I might change the font as well. It looks okay in the back of the jersey, but it's almost too blocky. It gets lost, I think, a little bit in the arms, but a very interesting take on an alternate jersey, alternate uniform rather. Number 18, the Arizona Coyotes. So this is fine, I think. I like black in there. I think that definitely works. They've used black before. The pants are phenomenal. The socks are phenomenal. I would remove the Kachina pattern from the middle of the jersey, keep it on the arms, keep it on the neck. Looks good. Number 17, one of the bonus teams. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, in case this is the first video that you've watched on the channel or from this series. It's the Maine Puffins. 2 bonus teams in this video. This is the first one. Lovely colors. So complimentary. Love the colors. Like the shoulder patch looks good with the lighter blue underneath. The darker blue looks good in the striping. Looks good in the pants. The socks look phenomenal. The gloves look great. I love the gloves. But the logo. Now that is a representation of the outline of state of Maine with kind of the primary logo almost overlaid on that, where you can just see like the eye of the puffin. Now, I like when teams call out their province or state outline or flag or whatever. I love that, because I love geography and maps in general. You guys know that. But I think it gets lost with having the primary logo overlaid. It is so closely colorized to the background that it just gets lost a little bit. So I don't mind the outline of the state, but I would put something else as an overlay or something in there. And I think we have a killer uniform here. Number 16, the Houston Outlaws, the next bonus team. So again, don't like the logo, but the rest of it is quite interesting. The vibrant red Looks good on the shoulders and coming down the arm. I don't like it in the pants though. I don't even have a reason behind it. I don't have any logic behind it. It almost feels a little bit too abrupt, a little bit too intense, but I like everything else that's going on, minus the logo. Number 15, the Vegas Golden Knights. So kind of almost a switch up here between the current home jersey, which is going to become the new alternate, or maybe go away forever. So Vegas is moving towards a gold jersey for their home jersey. That's not technically officially announced, but it is at the same time. It's complicated. I made a video on it. But this is, I think, acceptable. This is definitely acceptable for one specific reason. The best thing that the reverse retro jersey does well is using the secondary logo as the primary logo and boom, putting it right in the middle of the jersey. So Paulette's decision here to use that alternate logo as a primary logo and then recolorize it to use a more appropriate stylization for the Vegas Golden Knights with that gold fleck in there and to match the rest of the jersey. So this is laid out very nicely. The pants are a bit of a question mark for me. I don't know if they should be that almost cool gray, steel, whatever you want to call that color. I think maybe they should be black. I think it's almost too much to have that in there, but I'd have to see this in person or like if this physically existed, I'd be able to have a more concrete opinion. Number 14, the Washington Capitals. This has so much promise, but at the same time, I'm like, it just needs to remove like a couple of things for this to be amazing. The neck reminds me of when you get a medal. So I would change the neck somehow. I don't even know what I would do. Maybe remove the top white stripe or the bottom white stripe. It looks too much like a metal whatever ribbon. Now the texture in the background, the stars, I would also remove that. I find it almost looks like pajamas or something, or pajamas, however you want to say it. The striping on the arm, the striping at the bottom jersey is phenomenal. I love that. The rest of the jersey is great. The pants are great. The logo is great. The socks are great. I would just remove a couple things from the jersey or change a couple things, and this would be a killer uniform. Number 13, the Nashville Predators. So typically, as I've talked about earlier in this video and in lots of previous videos, which you guys are getting sick of hearing, but I don't like yellow jerseys. I don't like yellow uniforms. This is an exception, and I don't necessarily know why either. So again, kind of like a gut feeling. The neck looks good, I think. The logo on there looks good on the yellow. The bottom of the jersey striping looks good. The pants look good. The pants need to be blue. They can't be yellow. It would look... You look like a big giant highlighter skating around. So the pants, good decision by Paulette. The socks look good. The gloves are great. Love the gloves. But yeah, I think this could work. As much as I hate yellow, used as a primary color on a jersey or uniform, this could work. Number 12, the Islanders. So we got fisherman vibes here without the fisherman logo. We've got the waves at the bottom of the jersey. Thumbs up. Shoulders, thumbs up. Notice how the shoulders are changed a little bit. They're not symmetrical. They're not uniform. One shoulder is kind of squared off where the other one is a bit rounded. I thought that was a really interesting approach and one that I approve and one that I could get behind. Now, the gloves are awesome. The socks are great, even a little bit of a wave pattern in the socks. The logo, don't like the logo. Everything else, I could get on board with. Number 11, the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is maybe what the alternate jersey should have been from this year. We got the reverse jersey, or the reversible rather jersey, which was interesting and decent. But I think something like this would be it would fly off shelves. And I know the reversible one did. It sold so much. It was probably the most popular jersey this year as far as merchandising sales for NHL teams. But I feel like this would even do better. The gold looks good. Having the 6 on the front of the logo there, just the way that the striping takes place. It's simple. It's classic. It's simple. It works. It works with the Toronto brand. It works with the city, obviously. So I'm fully on board for this one. Great job on this one. Great design. Number 10, the San Jose Sharks. This is just so different, and I think I had to rank this in the top 10 just because of that. The gray, like that specific shade of gray or silver, complemented with the orange, with the logo recolorized, is just something I've not seen before. Of the thousands, the 2,000, 3,000 plus jerseys that I've looked at, this isn't something I've seen before. And I love the fact that I can say that at this point of the game, after all these jerseys that I've looked at. So Paulette, wonderful job on that. The socks look great as well. The gloves are very interesting. I just don't know about this being an alternate jersey. Would this be considered the away jersey or the home jersey? I would assume away jersey because it's such a light gray. But I know that the NHL has a saturation threshold where it either can be qualified to be worn at home or worn away. I don't know what this would be. I would assume away. You guys can be the judge in the comments. Number 9, the LA Kings. Again, I don't like yellow, but when you're looking at it from a brand perspective of the LA Kings, it gets a pass. It just gets a pass. because this is original LA Kings vibes. The pants are obviously a little bit different. The jersey, very similar but different. The helmet looks good. We don't have enough purple in the NHL. If they came out with this, it would look ridiculous, I think. Like, I think it would look very silly on the ice, but I really appreciate that callback to history, and is very different than anything that we have right now. So, thumbs up. Number 8, the Montreal Canadiens. The brown pants, I don't like the brown pants. It looks too poopy. I don't mind it in the helmet. I don't mind it in the gloves. Not a fan of it. Maybe that specific shade needs to change, because the brown shade in the gloves and the helmet is different than the brown shade in the pants. If you made the pants very deep brown, like a very deep chocolate brown, I think it's okay. Even like a very desaturated brown is a good, but a very almost bright brown like that in the pants just doesn't work. Socks are great. Jersey is great. The maroon call out to maybe the Montreal Maroons from back in the day. Overall, I really like this. I would just change the shade of brown in the pants. Number 7, the Detroit Red Wings. Absolutely. Detroit needs a black jersey. The logo colorized like that, maybe controversial with Red Wings fans, but the striping is simple. I would probably remove it from the back of the numbers on the arms, but keep everything else. The striping on the bottom. The pants look great. The socks look great. This is a very modern take for Detroit, but also respectful at the same time. It's not reinventing the wheel, so to speak. See what I did there? Although there is a bit of reinvention. So I would like to hear from Red Wings fans. I think I'm going to assume that the majority of you are on board with a black uniform or jersey. I've read enough comments to know that that's definitely the case. But my question to you is the logo. If Detroit does do a black uniform like this or jersey, are you okay with them changing the branding and colorization of the logo to match? Or do you want the traditional logo on the front? Don't touch the logo. It's too classic. It doesn't need change. Don't introduce black in it. Just keep it as is. Would love to hear from you on that. Number 6, the Buffalo Sabres. Just a phenomenal jersey. It's got shades of Winter Classic. It's got shades of I'm trying to think. It was the Heritage game? The Heritage game against Toronto, I think. Maybe shades of that. It's beautiful. It's very painter's uniform. It's very LA Kings Stadium Series painter uniform. However, it's beautiful. We don't get white pants enough for good reason, but still, if you're going to use white pants, use it in a situation like this where the socks are great, the jersey's great, the gloves are great. Like, this is it. Those gloves are fantastic. The jersey is phenomenal. The question mark is probably the pants, but I really like this overall. It's just great. Number 5, the Columbus Blue Jackets. So kind of like the San Jose Sharks, we've got a very almost light gray, but I loved everything else that complemented it. The socks, the colorization of the red and the blue on the gray. The helmet looks so good. The logo looks good on there. Just a wonderful uniform overall. Big fan of this one. Number 4, the Seattle Kraken. I think having more teal, is never a bad thing. And when Paulette submitted this and I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's probably top 5 for me, because the alternate logo on there looks great. The pants are colorized appropriately to be dark, complemented with the lighter color of the teal on the jersey. Has a great balance. It makes sense. It's plausible. So thumbs up here. Number 3, the Chicago Blackhawks. So this is, again, context to previous designs from Paulette. Home jersey, I believe he or she chose to be black. If I'm mistaken, that was 4 weeks ago when I filmed that, so apologies if I don't remember. But transitioning the red from a home jersey to an alternate jersey, I would be okay with that. I don't care about the logo. The logo's fine like that. If you want to reinvent it, whatever. I have no opinions of the logo either way. The socks look good. The pants look good. The striping updated look great, I think. The stripe on the helmet, to me, that's the controversial part. It's not the logo. It's not changing the red to be the alternate. It's the helmet. It's very football. And I want to get your opinions, Blackhawks fans. How do you feel about the stripe on the helmet? And maybe from regular hockey fans, do you want to see your team do something like that and introduce some kind of wild striping coming, front to back on a helmet? Let me know your thoughts. Number 2, the Winnipeg Jets. I was a big fan of Paulette's overall design of the Jets, the rebranding of the Jets in its entire series here. This is no exception. It's a call out to the Atlanta Flames. Oh my God, I'm really dating myself. The Atlanta Thrashers jersey, which had it was kind of split and had the design coming down the arm. So number 1, call out to history, which is great. Number 2, a reinventing of the logo, which is a very classic stylization of a logo, and I adore it. The pants, great. Socks, gloves, great. But the specific shade of blue here is king. That very desaturated sky blue is so good. We don't get any of that in the NHL, barely. I can't even think about, I think maybe the Seattle Kraken, one of their secondary or tertiary or alternate colorizations might be that blue. It's been a while since I looked at the jersey. I can't remember, but it is so specific but so subtle at the same time. I think it looks phenomenal. It's a great color to call out a classic jersey because it's not so vibrant and intense. Wonderful decision here. I love this jersey. Number 1, Dallas Stars. Absolutely. And this is maybe the most controversial uniform in the entire thing because I listen to you Dallas Stars fans. I've read the comments for years. Some of you really want this. Some of you despise this. Dallas should never go with the state colors. We don't want to see no state flag colors in there. We have so many red and blue teams in the NHL. Never go with the red and blue alternate or home or anything to do with that. We want to stick with the victory green, but other people are like, okay, we're done with the victory green. We're not done with it, but we love it. But let's have something exciting for the brand. Let's come up with an alternate that really gets people, excited about collecting jerseys and representing the state of Texas. This is perfect. Number 1, you get a beautiful, recolorized, and slightly redesigned logo on the front, which is a call-out from the Winter Classic jersey. The striping on the arms is modern, but classic at the same time. The font specifically chosen is perfect. The neck is maybe the only thing I would change because it looks like a metal ribbon. But other than that, I like the numbers on the pants. The helmet looks great. The socks look great. Just a very close to perfect uniform, not only in the sense from a design perspective, but also from a new lens of Dallas Stars. This could be possible, it should happen, and I love it. So Paulette, thanks for sending these in. This wraps up the video, and as always, this is a completely subjective process. If I ranked these a week from now or 2 weeks from now, it would likely be a little bit different. The point is that there is no right or wrong. Your ranking should be different than mine, your favorite should be different than mine, and your least favorite should be different than mine. It would be so boring if we all like the same things. So I appreciate you coming along, looking at these jerseys. Thanks, Paulette, for sending these in. I appreciate you as well. I'll hit you back next Friday with another one of these videos, but you'll see me lots in between then. I post pretty much a video every single day, sometimes 2. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll talk to you Sunday likely, and I'm definitely talking to you Monday through Friday next week. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy your long weekend. If you do live in Canada, I don't think it's a long weekend in the United States. Otherwise, I appreciate you coming along the journey here. And if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. I don't like outros. I'm terrible at them. Adios.